Hi, it's time for good energy, and I'm Dr. Julie, and today is Bodyful Day 60, Kinesthetic. How balance aware are you? Okay, today we have a couple of props if you want them. You can have a chair available to you. If you have any kinesio tape, stretchy tape that you can put around an ankle, those would also be helpful. But mostly what you need is your phone and either somebody to hold it and shoot it for you or a stand to hold it, as well as a doorway which to check your motion. All right, so let's start with our basics. Deep breath in and release. Deep breath in, all the way down to the bottom of those lungs. Get into the back, all the way up to the top. Deep breath in. And release. Think about any gunk you got hanging out from today. Deep breath in. And release. Kind of feeling it in the sides of my ribs today. All right, so today is about the kinesthetic sense and mostly about how that's related to balance and how much you are aware of your sway. So when I was a chiropractic intern, I was involved in a pretty cool office. We did music therapy, we did music to help with nervous system balancing. We did really cool, not just your run-of-the-mill TENS units or electronic physio type things. We had some special things that we did where you actually moved while you were hooked up to electricity. It was a pretty awesome place to be. And one of the things I did while I was there is I helped work on balance research, particularly in relationship to music. And one of the things we had was a force plate. Now, force plates are really awesome pieces of equipment, but they cost thousands of dollars, so don't worry about it. But a force plate allows you to stand on it, and then it gets your center of balance. And then, while you're standing there, every little correction that you make, it makes a graph of that correction, because the force plate basically figures out where you are pushing your toes and where you're pushing your weight in order to get a path of how you are balanced. Our goal was to see if musical tones would take the variability in a force plate with your eyes in your balance with your eyes closed, see if your path was smaller when you had the music versus when you didn't. So today we're going to do something like that, but obviously we can't afford a force plate. So one of the easiest ways to keep track of how much you can pay attention to your balance in space is to get yourself a doorway and have somebody with a camera who can shoot a video of you, or have something like I do where I have a stand that I can put it on, and we can watch my contrast against the door. So I can close my eyes and I can balance and I can see if I have any sway. I can feel a little sway there. But you can watch, especially if you've got something with a pattern on it, you can watch the sway, and then you can turn to the side and you can do the same thing as well. You can watch the sway. We've all been to events where we're watching, the grown men do the forward and back sway because they're doing the intentional sway to keep them going. But this would be your unintentional sway. How much are you swaying with your eyes closed? Okay? And then the cool thing is that you can do something like tones. You can have a tone playing in the background and see if the space that you take up while you are swaying gets narrower. Or you can practice your single leg balance, and you can get a video of that. How much do you sway? And then you can practice the things that we did. So single leg balance was on day 9. On day 30, I taught you about short footing, which was essentially squeezing your foot upward, changing your foot size. You could practice short footing and see how that changes your sway. And on day 47, we did how eyes and jaw affect your sway. And just having a doorway and something with contrasting, you can close your eyes. You can stand with your feet really close to each other, which makes it a little bit more challenging. And you can close your eyes and sway, and then you can say, okay, well, what happens if I jut my chin forward? Or if I jut my chin to the left? Yeah, that one would have been better had I been facing sideways, because you could have seen I swayed back a lot on that one. But you can keep track of it, and you can use that as a measure of how good am I getting at balance when I'm doing these various activities, like the single leg balance or the short footing. And one of the reasons why I had you I showed you the kinesio tape, I'm going to get down here for a second, is that one of the ways to improve awareness of your ankle, and I've talked about this before, is to put something like stretchy kinesio tape around your ankle. Notice that this stretches, and you can wrap it around your ankle, and you can stretch it and make it tight, like an ace bandage, but it is adhesive, so it adheres to the skin, and it basically closes around that ankle and gives it a little bit more tightness. And remember, the ankle is one of those core joints that we use for figuring out where we are in space. And so you can tape that ankle for 3 or 4 days, and the body gets used to a new sensation of where it is in space. And you can then check and see how it changes as you are balancing in front of something that has a contrast that you can keep track of, your forward and backward or side-to-side motion. All right, so today is more about measuring where you are. In fact, this whole week has kind of been focused on where are you perceptually. All right, now tomorrow we're going to do smell, but not where you are, as long as I can get to the shops and get the prop that I need. All right, take care, and I will see you tomorrow.